I'm gonna be showing you guys all of my networking tools and boots, so let's just get into it. As you can see here, I have a lot of boots and ends. These are all needed to create any network cables. So I have different boots. First one is a rubber boot. I also have plastic boots. So basically what you do with these is you put them on the end of your cable like this, and they act as a strain relief. So when you're like pulling out cables or putting them in, it will release strain from your cable. Next, I have two types of ends. There is the pass-through ends, and then there is the non-pass-through. So I guess it comes down to preference here, but in the past, what I've learned or what I've observed is that the pass-through ends, they tend to disconnect more over time, and especially with older network devices, they have a lot more problems in connecting and maintaining that connection. However, what I've noticed is that with the non-pass-through, it tends to last longer. It is more stable, especially with all different network devices, not just the old or new ones. So I would say it is a little bit more of a hassle to crimp the non-pass-through ones, but it is worth it in the end. If you want to make your life easier, you can just use the pass-through ends as long as it works good and reliable with your networking setup. What else do I have? I also have these network plugs. I'll show you one. So it is exactly what it says. It plugs any RJ45 ports. There you go. You can get them in white or black. And now I'll show you all of my actual network tools. These are some of my network tools. I have a old crimper that I use now just for wire cutting. When I use the pass-through ends, I would use this precision tool to cut off any excess cable that didn't cut off in that crimp. Now, moving on, I have 3 different crimpers here, which seems a little bit excessive, but it isn't. I had this first one. All of them I bought off Amazon. So I have this first crimper here. It used to work pretty decent, but I found that over time I wasn't getting a steady, strong crimp, so the cables would be a little bit wobbly. And also it takes a lot to just press down like this, and when you're doing this over 10 hi blue okay that was blue. So when you use this crimper and you have to crimp 10-15 cables, it does tend to hurt my wrist a lot, so I stopped using this and I got this one again off Amazon. It does work really well. It actually is one of the best ones. It gives you that tight, solid crimp, no wobbly cables, pretty steady. But again, I had this ongoing issue where it took a lot to press, and when I'm making 10-15 plus cables, as mentioned, it does tend to hurt my wrist, so I kept looking for that perfect crimper. And that is when I found this one. This is the Bryine. Is it Bryine? Yeah, this is the Bryine crimping set. It came with its own network tester. It came with a wire stripper. What I like most about this crimper is when I use the non-pass-through ends, it crimps it very well, no problems, no wobbliness. And then concerning the pass-through ends, where I would need to use this, have excess cable, need to use this precision tool, this Bryine removes all of that. With the pass-through ends alright okay, so with the pass-through ends, what I like the most about this, with the pass-through ends, I can eliminate using these 2 tools. So in the past, when I used pass-through ends, you'd have to crimp, cut off with the precision tool excess cables, but with the Bryine crimper, I don't need to do any of that. Usually 9 out of 10 times when I crimp, it will cut off all of those cables in one go, which saves so much time when you're making multiple network cables. Alright, next. Oh, I love this. This was just like $2 US. It came in a 3-pack actually. Oh my goodness, this was so important. So I don't know about you, but when making multiple cables, I tend to get cuts and damages to my nails. So this is a wire untwist. Use it in multiple different ways. I'll actually show that at some point. But this was a complete game changer. So it helped me out so much. And I think I mentioned this already, but this is the network tester. So after all that struggles of crimping and putting together this cable, then you need a network tester to make sure everything is working. So I'll just show you quickly, I guess. Okay, so you insert one end into, so it is a 2-piece, and I'll just connect it back. It'll be easier to hold. And then you insert the second end like that. Make sure it is firm, and then you can turn it on. So you'll see it will be counting down cable 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then the other side will do the same. All 8 cables will lit up, and this is exactly what we want to see. I'll turn it off now and disconnect. And lastly, I have this network tool here. So what it does is it goes into those tight spots where I can't physically fit my hands in. It removes, it clamps on and basically takes out network cables for you that is hard to reach. So let's say there's like 2 switches that are like stacked one on top of the other, and there's so many cables running through. This little tool is just so useful and can save you so much time. And that covers all my networking tools, ends, boots, plugs, all of that. Alright, if there's anything else that you think I should get, let me know. And yeah, okay.